Hey guys, welcome to devops school. In this video tutorial, we are going to learn about Docker. It helps us to create, deploy and run applications by using containers. After going through this tutorial, I promise you that the concept and understanding of the Docker will be absolutely clear to you.
But before that, let me ask you a few things. Are you dreaming of a career with higher pay and more responsibilities? Or are you ready to take your skills to the next level this year? Then start investing in DevOps School certification level courses which will help you to emerge skills for a wide range of entry level roles and as well as higher potential future positions. But with thousands of courses online and in classroom worldwide, finding the right one for your career goals can be difficult. You can consider our courses like Agile Developer, Agile QA, DevOps Certified Professionals, Site Reliability Engineering, DevSecOps, and Masters in DevOps Engineering, where you will have access to well-structured, easy-to-follow course content that has been developed and will be delivered by industry professionals. You can join on our training programs globally through online platforms, and if you are looking for classroom workshops, then we have regular sessions available in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, Delhi NCR, Mumbai and in Pune. Simply compare our many courses, find the one that suits your style and schedule best and start today.
So the question is how we have created image. So how can I share image? Okay. So guys, there's many ways we have using that we can share the images. One of the is like using tarball. Okay, this is the tarball. Now using public repo. Now using private repo. Right now, these are the things. So here we have a tarball. Here we have a git hub.docker.com, and here we have artifact. By the way, I am going to teach you Artifactory also. It's a part of our session, so I'll teach you Artifactory. So Artifactory I'm planning to have tomorrow for this. So today I will get it done these two. Okay. So how can we share the images using the tarball? So this is the images I am having right now. Which are the images? So go to the directory somewhere here, and I'm in the root right now. How many images I'm having right now? I have created only one image, so I have only one image. See it here. So can I share with you in form of tarball? So let's create, save, output, file name of the tarball. I'll keep it same, image name. That's all. So this is the way to create a tarball. And after that, once you create a tarball, you can share this tarball with any of the person whom you want to share with it, and he will get that images. So he has to load it. So yeah, so someone who's sharing, he has to save it in the tarball, and someone who's using that image, he has to load it. So now here is a tarball file. Because I have no other persons right now, so I have to act like another person also. So I am going to stop the container, all this container, and delete that container, because I cannot delete the images if the container is still referring to the same image. So here I am deleting the image, sorry, container. Now I am going to delete this image so I can act like another guy. Docker RMI command is for the deleting the image. Okay, so you see here I don't have that image, the image which I created, but I do have a tarball. So how to load this? So docker load -i input, and if that's all. So now if you have a tarball, you can load that image and get going. See, it's loading layers. See here, and first layer loading, then second, then third, like that. They will add all of it. Done. Why the remaining layers did not get loaded? Because that image Ubuntu was there, so those layers were already there, so it got skipped actually. Now you see here you have images and you get to go. So you create a container, that container will have all the software, whatever you have. So this is the way you can share the images. Did you understand that, guys? Was it difficult? No. Okay, so this is the tarball, very simple. Now, what is a public repo? So I'll put it in steps so you'll not forget actually. So create a registered account at register a account at hub.docker.com. Second step, login to hub.docker.com. Third, create a repo, create a public repo. Okay, so private repo is paid, I guess. One repo is free, but remaining is paid. So hub.docker.com. Now, fourth, match a repo name local, match a repo name local and remote. Remote means hub. And push login, Docker login, and Docker push image name. That's all. So this is something you have to do that. So by the way, I have registered that account already. So hub.docker.com. So you will register it with the user ID and all.
The local repo name and the repo name on Docker Hub need to be same. Like, is it mandatory?
Yeah, it's mandatory. This is mandatory, required. Okay. So here you see, this is I logged in already by default. I'll create a repository. How to register a website? I don't think so. I should teach you because you are doing all this thing since pretty long. So here on mob XYZ is my mobile repository name. Public, created. Now this repository, I'm going to upload my images. Okay. So this is a private view. Okay. If you want to see the public view, you can get the pull. Private view, you get a push. Simple. Push, pull like that. So last push has never happened. So many small things are there. You can check it out. It's not very difficult. So you should, you know, should not know something like a tag build this that and all. So yep, good to go. So now because of my repository name is this one, so this is you have to match this. So here, do we have a name, repository name here, same matching with this? Let's check it out. Docker images, and you see the repository name is up.get. So I have to match with this name. This name. What do we do? Just tag it. Tag is just sub 4 KB of data. You add it and done. I just tag it. It's for user friendly. You see that there's a here, but it's hitting to the same image ID. You see that same size. So both are same. It's just some reference, meta reference or stuff like that. So Docker login, devops schools is account, password, and you see here I login succeeded, and Docker push, and that's all. And I'm pushing that. Those who wants my image, he will pull it. Public repo. Anyone in the whole world can access this. I'm pushing it. Okay, guys, done. Now you see here, refresh. See, now public view. So those who want my images, he'll pull it and get going. This by default is I pushed it with latest version. Okay, but if you want to make it with a different version, you can recreate image, and while recreating you give some version 1, v2, v3, v4, and while pushing also you give the v1, and there'll not be much of the pushing because it's already exist those layers. I did not create a new image actually and versioned it, so this is the way. So guys, this is the things I tried to post the image. Did you find any difficulties?
No.
Did you find any difficulties? Okay,
No,
good.
Rajesh.
Okay, so third one is Artifactory. So tomorrow I have a plan to teach you Artifactory. So I'll talk about the Artifactory that day itself, and I'll use the Docker and Java projects for the same. Okay, so I'll give you some time, let's say 15 minutes to try it out. This is a main work. This is a simple command, just you have to experience it. So we are almost closing. The Docker file is remaining. That is a huge topic. So we'll get into this after this topic. So I am updating the notes. I updated the notes. Go for this. You have a 15 minutes, 1-5, before we get into the Docker file, which is an important topic. Go ahead.
This conference will now be recorded.
I said there's a two ways to create images. So one way is like a manual way, which you know by now. But typically when you use the CI/CD, remember I did discuss about this in DevOps. There's no manual activities we do that apart from that coding and stuff like that. So how do we automate this process? So same process which I'm going to automate. So here using Dockerfile. Now Dockerfile is nothing but collections of instructions what you have. So for example, if you want to select the base image from Ubuntu, who are you? Maintainer. These are the fixed one. Okay, maintainer Rajesh Kumar, devops @ Rajesh Kumar .xyz. Now maintainer, maintainer. Now from Ubuntu maintainer, and what you want to do, I want to run what you want to run, apt get update. Okay, do you want to run anything else? Apt get install get -y. So these are the things we do that in the Docker file. This is just a sample of it. It can be getting larger also. I'll explain it to you. So here, let's get started. So here, I'm creating images which has a update plus Ubuntu plus Git. Simple. So 4 things. What I want here, vi Docker file. Okay. Now enter, paste it, that container and commit. So here Docker build -t, that image name. So what you want to give, update Ubuntu and Git, and something like from where dot means context location. Okay, context location means from where that build should be loaded, image should be loaded and all. So this is the one. Now see here, now everything you write in a Docker file and run this command build, an image will be created. Step 1, 2, 3, and 3 isn't happening, and 4th followed by Done, guys. So my image is created. I did not do manual work. I did this time automated work, and you see here this image got created, size 8 seconds ago and stuff like that. So this is the way we create a Docker file. So again, I'll deep dive into the Docker file, but did you get an idea, Aman, how do we automate this process? Whatever we want it, you put it in the YAML file, and then, I mean not YAML file, sorry, a Docker file, and then get going. Did you understand that?
Yes.
Now guys, rules of Docker file. This is important, which I want you to understand. Rules of Docker file. So what is a Docker file? Rules of Docker file. So here now the first rule is Docker file. Okay. First rule is here there's a two types of layers are there. I did not discuss initially because I want to not complicate everything at a time, slowly. So here there's a two kind of layer. One is like a data layer and one is a meta layer. So data layers, whenever you have it will be in the overlay 2 directory, which you have gone through that. I hope so. Correct now? Everyone?
Right.
And yeah, meta layers will be in a containers directory. Okay. So see here, the rules is what? Each line of Docker file. Yeah, please understand that. Each line of Docker file would create one layer. Yeah, would create one layer. Now let's validate, because I'll forget later. So here you see here Docker image. I created one image just now in front of you. Let's inspect it. Docker history. See, till here it is Ubuntu, and then finally I had a followed by 3 lines in my Docker file. You see here line number 1, 2, 3. Out of these two has some data. This is the meta. Okay, so see metadata, meta layer, which is here. Okay, and then this is a data layer, this is data layer. So this meta layers you will find in this directory, containers directory. Okay, again little bit of naming convention you required to be followed, but overall this is how. If you want to understand more about this anatomy, you have to deep dive into SHA-256, which has a very good to explain and more stuff like that. Yeah, so each line of Docker file, so here I have a 4 line here and plus 3 line here, altogether 7 line, I mean 7 layers. See here. Okay, altogether 7 layers you got it all. So did you understand that each line will of Docker file will create one layer? Guys, did you understand that?
Yes, Rajesh.
Yes, yes.
Okay, now another statement, each layer would be using base as a layer 0. That is important. Okay, so what I'm saying, this layer also will be creating based on this layer also creating based on this layer also will be creating based on this. But when you merge all these 4 layers, so first this will, then this, then this, and then this. So that way this top layer always wins in case if there is a conflict. Okay, so now in order to prove that second line, each layer would be using base layer as a layer 0. Let's prove it. So here from Docker 1 to maintainer, let me do that. It will take from the cache, by the way, because this layer is already available. Now run what do you want? Run, I want to touch a very simple file. Okay, opt rajesh1.txt. here rajesh2.txt and rajesh3.txt. See here, each layer would be using base layer as a layer 0. So if they are not, let's say if this layer is not using this but all of which, then you will find in this layer rajesh1, rajesh2, rajesh3 also. Correct now? Are you getting opens in this layer? Correct now? There is no conflict here. Are you getting opens?
Yes.
Yeah, so like that. Okay, so here I'm creating one image and see that. So here now Docker file is already named, so can I name with another file? Yes, you can name it. So vi doc1. Okay, any name you can keep it. You have to use hyphen. Okay, I saved it. Now docker build -t -f doc1 and dot file name. I missed it. It's there, no? Oh, image name I missed it. Doc1. See, it's very simple thing. So you can see everything in one itself. Let's understand this. Excuse me. See, this is the last layer of Ubuntu. From this layer, there's one container you got run here. Sorry, just skip this one because this got cache used. See here. So this is the last layer of. I have to take one more time. I spoiled that. So see here, this is the last. This is the commit layer which was done. From this layer, okay, from this layer, that container got created here. Okay, after this, understand that from this layer, container got created here. Now in this container, these changes were made, then commit, then delete. This container got deleted because that was not required, right? Now you see here, this is the results. From this layer, there's one container got created here. In this container, these changes were made. This layer got committed here, and this got removed. Something similar you have happened. Okay, something similar. Are you able to understand that?
Yes.
Okay, so basically here, when you create an image, this layer also, the container will be from these all layer, but changes will be made on top of this. How come? Only the delta change will be stored. How come? Because of one reason. Remember, each time the layers get committed, layers commit from the diff directory, which is the meta of the delta. So let me prove this here. Go to cd var lib docker. So that way the layers are very thin actually. So not like a duplicate data is there. Avoid duplicate. Rajesh star. See here. Rajesh 1 you have only in the one layer, Rajesh 2 you have only in the one layer, Rajesh only the required data. So union mounts, when you merge that each layer, union mounts will merge and attach to the container. So that is how it happens. Did you understand that all the stuff?
Yes.
Right, guys, did you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the way you can make the images. Okay, good. So now this is the introduction of images using Dockerfile. Now the question is how can I make PID1? That's a question. But before that, I have some assignment. Some of you have asked how can I run a Tomcat and all. Before that, I have assignment. What is assignment? So assignment is right now you have to tell me Jenkins container, which environment is running, which port is exposed, which user a container is running with. Now itself you have to tell me, and then port is done. Do we have any volume attached? Do we have any volume attached to a container? I'll give you for this 4 answer. Don't have to go offline. I'll give you these 4 questions. You have to give me answer in 2 to 3 minutes. Go ahead. Your time starts now. Quickly.
This conference will now be recorded.
So I'm tracing the Jenkins, how this development has happened. So some of the questions which you want to answer, some of the main environment is set, few ports is exposed, Jenkins is running with the Jenkins user, one volume is attached. So all this stuff like that. So look at this here, go to the latest. See here, Jenkins has been developed using this image as a base. Now, do you want to know what is the base image for this? OpenJDK. If I look at the OpenJDK tagged with 8-JDK,
Please enroll for our channel membership $399 plan to get access of all the parts.
looking out the so hub.docker.com suggests like whichever the images you developed, you should be having the Docker file also in a GitHub. So you see the OpenJDK has been developed using build pack deps. So now let's find it out, build packs. So hub Docker hub build packs, this is the one. Okay, now here there's a multiple images are there. Here it is, Buster. If you look at this here, this image has been developed using this image. Same image, the tag is different. Okay, now let's find it out. So curl, if I look at the curl has been developed using Debian. See, now you can start getting the some idea about Debian Buster. Docker hub Debian. Now Debian, the tagged with Buster, is been developed using this one. Now Buster, and this is developed by Scratch. So when you find Scratch means nothing. So if you see Debian is a base image, just like Ubuntu and CentOS. So they have used this file in that image. So what is this file you want to see? In that file, if you want to see a root file system, see, this is the one. I have downloaded that file from GitHub and extracted it. Have you seen this file somewhere?
Root file system.
Say the overlay.
Yeah, so it's a root file system. So guys, see here, from here base image, they install curl, then maybe git, then JDK, then Jenkins. So this is how the development can be trashed. So understand that which image you want to use depends on your what is your prerequisite for your running applications. You can use some of the official image if you want it. If you don't want to, you can create from scratch also. Yeah, that's true. You can create from scratch also. You don't have to use any images. Everything you can create from scratch. So it's basically root file system. So whatever you want to keep it, you can create it. So many people opt for this. Many people say no, why to waste time? It's already production official ready. Let's use this. So it's up to your approach. Now let's look at this Docker file of Jenkins. So Docker hub Jenkins, and here it is. And look at this here. Latest. See here, read that. It's very simple, guys. Remember these rules again. I'm reminding you. So you have to remember all these rules. This one. Okay, understand that. So here, from means selecting the base image, then layer, each line is the one layer. Okay, so now you want to see that how many layers you have in the Jenkins image. You see, I don't have a Jenkins image.
Too many versions,
Yeah.
layers actually.
All these lines you have here. Yeah. So now you see here what they are doing. They are creating one container from this layer, then doing this, then creating a container from this layer, doing this, creating a container from this layer, doing this. I told you,
Just one question, sorry. This line number 3 will be considered as one layer because it has multiple action in one line.
This will be one layer. So many people many times what they do, in order to avoid the multiple layer, they add the logical end actually. So this will become one layer. Yeah. So this is just very small actually. I have seen like 5 pages commands which is only for one layer separated by ampersand. So like that, people are also crazy. They want to have a limited layer actually. So like that. So yeah, so here this is the run. So now what is the ARG? So ARG means if you want to set some variable, understand that, and you want to set a variable and then use during the runtime of container, then you can use this one. So see here, we created a user group UD, BID, and HTTP port. Now if you see the $sign, they are using this variable. Here you see $user. $user. So every time, again, if you declare the variable here argument, then you can use only after that layer, because merging happen after that layer only. It's not like you have declared, you have used somewhere here and then you are declaring, then you know that it will not be used. So understand that. So ARG is the way to declare the variable. It's not runtime. Okay, so it's like a building time and stuff like that. So ARG is way to declare the variable and then get going. So this is the one. Now I ask you few questions actually, and I think some of you have answered. And that question is like, which environment variable? So the question is, in the container, how do you set the environment variable? See, env, env, keep going on, env, env, env. You can match during the lab time, env, evenv, env. So all this env, that means it is setting creating an environment variable in the container. So if you want to set some variable in the container, then you use the env in a Docker file. Okay, this is the stuff. Then again run, doing something. See, you said one volume is attached to the container. What is a volume? I need to talk about it. But that volume is attached because of this line. So this will create one volume and then attach to the inside a container at this location. So what is a volume? Again, I'll come back. Again, run env run. Remember, if you want to copy some file inside a container layer, then you can use a copy. So from the current location, you are copying inside this one. Again, erg, env, arg, run, env run. See, expose port. This is for information purpose only. So this is a expose 8080 50002 port. These are the variable is being used up. Again, env user. See, there's one question I ask: which user the container is running with? So see here, because of this line. So user is running with the user $user Jenkins. Now you must be wondering, in your container that user must be available, right? Must be existing. So what do we do in this case? So see here is being created that user. So group ID, user ID. So we are creating that user and then we are using somewhere here. So that means creating a user is already done previous layer. So you are using that line to run that container with. Copy. Entry point, I'm ignoring it for time being. So guys, did you see that? Is it very difficult to understand this Docker file? This is one of the production official images. So here you have a few things like from, run, arg, volumes, copy, expose, user, copy, all these things. Is it very difficult to understand?
No, Rajesh.
So guys,
we have to go through and see what are the logics, what are the best practices to be followed. That probably we need to understand. Maybe.
Yeah. So this is your Docker file. Now I'll give you an assignment. Okay, I have not talked about two things. Okay, how to make a PID one. So CMD I did not talk about, entry point I did not talk about. This I'm holding it for some reason. I'll tell you. So here assignment is create an image. I have examples program for you. Create an image. Have environment variable. Set base image you select. CentOS. Install Java. Oh, I think install Java, right? What else you want me to install? Nginx. Install Nginx. Nginx. Okay. Now set environment variable env. What is that? My name is equal to your name. Whatever it is. Set the variable. Now set volume and map to the OPT wall. Now user is done. Run as a user, which is called deploy, something like that. So base done. This is done. This is done. Run as a user, deploy, and yeah, that's good. So you have to do this. Okay, this is assignment. Use the base image CentOS latest. CentOS 7, use that will be better for you. And install Nginx. How to install Google? You have a command for it. Set the environment variable. So write a Docker file for that. So write a Docker file.
If you liked our Docker session so far, please enroll our general membership for $399 plan to get access of all the parts.
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devops.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the $399 plan and grow your skills immensely.
Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest.
Thanks for watching.